Dad, on this Thursday afternoon, a few days now removed from the first professional win for Ally McDonald. This past weekend in over at Lake Oconee on the Great Waters course, Ally McDonald notched her first LPGA Tour victory, and she did it on her 28th birthday. She joins us right now on the Farm Bureau phone line. Check out favorites.com and go with the home team. Ally, really appreciate some of your time this afternoon. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be on talking with you.
Okay, take me back to Sunday. Final round, you play well. There's some other low scores. You know you got folks chasing. Just kind of take me through the roller coaster of emotions of a final round victory where you know you've got a chance to walk away with that trophy for the very first time in your professional career.
Teeing it up on Sunday with a lead was something that I had not experienced before. So I knew it was going to be a battle out there, more within myself than it was going to be against everyone else. So when I teed it up on Sunday, I knew that all I could do was control myself, control my breathing, to be in the present moment and not get ahead of myself. So I was able to do that through the roller coasters. Playing against the best in the world, you expect people to make charges, and I was just obviously happy to persevere and stay resilient and play well enough that last day to get that first win.
So Jim Gallagher Jr. is a good friend of mine and comes on the show regularly with us, and we talk golf, and he always manages to talk about amateur golf, and he always talks about women's golf. I think part of that is because his wife Sissy has been so successful in Mississippi. You know, his daughters have played college golf, and he says, guys, you just don't understand how good these women are on the LPGA. He's covered it a lot. So try and help us understand just how competitive and how good the players are on the LPGA Tour week in, week out.
Yeah, I mean, the women that compete on the LPGA Tour are just amazing athletes. I mean, I think I can speak for most people who follow golf might only lean towards the PGA Tour side of the spectrum. But I can guarantee you one thing, that we are not short of talent on the LPGA Tour, and the people that compete on our tour they're class acts. So many people are so personable. When you run in and you come to an LPGA event, the majority of our players are going to acknowledge you. They're not going to just kind of throw you to the side. Look, we're very appreciative of all of our support that we get, and just the talent is unbelievable. It's playing against the best in the world, and almost everyone's a class act, and it's obviously an honor and a privilege that I get to compete on the LPGA and play against the best in the world.
This certainly 2020 has been a year unlike any other, and you go from February to July with no events at all, and there was some question and some concern as to whether or not the money was going to be there to be able to pull off some of the LPGA events. Feels like there's been a lot of work behind the scenes from the commissioner's office to some individuals that have really stepped up and some companies that have really stepped up that have made this kind of fall season, trying to kind of get things back to normal, even possible. Is that accurate?
Absolutely. I mean, our commissioner there is no telling what we don't even know that he's been doing behind the scenes to make sure that we have events to play this year. And I think it's so widespread as our LPGA staff, what they've done to make sure protocols are in order, to make sure that everyone stays healthy and safe, all the way to the sponsors who have stayed in and hung in with the LPGA Tour and have supported these events in the middle of a pandemic. I mean, it has got to be a struggle for some major companies and corporations, and for them to stay in and support an LPGA Tour event is amazing. And I think it even goes down to all of the players, our sponsors that we have, who haven't neglected our contracts despite them probably struggling. It just goes to show you how much work and how much our commissioner has done to get this season. I mean, it's obviously cut short. I think we're going to be maybe around 20 events or something like that for this year, maybe less than that. But for us to get in a pretty good season in the middle of all this, and us to remain healthy and follow protocols, it's a job well done by all parties that have been involved in it.
Ally McDonald on your radio on the Farm Bureau phone line, coming off her first career LPGA Tour victory. Of course, an alum from Mississippi State, decorated collegiate golfer, decorated amateur golfer in the state of Mississippi. So, Ally, I want to go back to growing up in Fulton, Mississippi, and then making the move over to Starkville, playing in college. Was there a point where you thought, you know what, I absolutely can do this for a living, to the tune of being ranked 44th in the world and closing in on $2 million in career earnings on the course?
Yeah, so I mean, I would probably say it's pretty abnormal for Fulton, Mississippi. It just is such a small town. I mean, the production, not only myself, but you've got Chad Ramey, who's competing at a high level on the Korn Ferry Tour, hoping that he gets his PGA Tour status. Brian Dozier, who's had a lot of success in the MLB. I mean, we've got a lot of talent that's come from Fulton, but I think it just goes to show the work ethic that we've had. A 9-hole golf course was what Chad and I both grew up on, and I think it also falls back on just the support of our community. I mean, even the surrounding communities, Tupelo, the entire state of Mississippi, just the support that's been poured into us since we were junior golfers. And I can just say from personal experience, I think it was my junior year of high school, I made it to the semifinals of the U.S. Junior, which was by far the largest spectrum and the highest level of competition that I'd ever been in. And to see myself succeed there, I felt like I possessed enough talent to be a successful collegiate golfer. But I think at that point, it kind of, fired me up a little bit more to not only, I wanted to be an LPGA Tour player, but I think that gave me a little bit more drive to feel like, you know what, maybe I can do this professional thing when I finish college, and just continue to work at it. The support that I had poured in me at Mississippi State, Coach Ginger Brown Lim, Lee Phillips, now Lee Treelor, obviously so many people have had huge parts in my success, and the list goes on and on of people who have just been great and helped me get to where I am.
Not a bad spot to practice when you're in college at Mississippi State, when you've got that practice facility at Old Waverly and that unbelievable setup there in West Point. I
mean, we're so fortunate. I mean, George Bryant,
it's so good.
He loves Mississippi State, and just to be out at two state of the art golf courses, and to have that, just not only a great practice facility, but a place that you can go challenge every part of your game. That's really special.
Ally, I got to ask you this, and if this is bad form, forgive me, but what is it like when you get handed a check or there's a direct deposit for $195,000 for winning a golf tournament?
Well, I can say this much. I absolutely love what I do. I have passion for it. The fact that I get to do what I love for a living and make a living off of it is pretty incredible. I don't do it for the money, but being able to support myself and my family making money is incredible. But there are a lot of financial, how can I word this? A lot of things that I think behind the scenes some people don't realize that go into supporting a professional golf career. But that type of finance is obviously the first for me with that high dollar amount. But
sure.
Let's just say there's a lot of behind the scenes support to supporting my professional golf career. So it's definitely going to go into useful places. That's for sure.
Well, I don't want you to go too deep or anywhere you're not comfortable. And we've only got a minute or so left, but I think people don't realize what goes with caddies and travel and coaches and training and all the other stuff that nobody thinks about. It's an expensive career for you, hobby for people that just do it recreationally. And it really goes back a long way to when you're in junior golf and the sacrifice that people around you have to make to give you a chance.
Absolutely. I mean, my parents obviously know it best, and it wasn't until I got out to support myself after college that I was like, wow, what my parents did to support my junior golf career, phenomenal. I mean, from travel expenses to, y'all probably know how expensive golf equipment can get, which now I'm under contract with golf companies that, I mean, there are just so many expensive things. And I think back to my parents and the sacrifices that they made in order to support my career from the jump. And now that I'm taking it on, there are a lot of financial things that go on behind the scenes, but I definitely, once I got to where I was supporting myself, I have so much more appreciation for my parents and my grandparents who helped get me here and supported me when I was obviously unable to financially as a child.
Ally, last thing for you, and again, congratulations. How do you keep this rolling as we go, through the remainder of whatever this strange year is?
Yeah, so I've got another 2.5 weeks before we compete again in Tampa. I've ended up resting a lot this week, but I'll jump right back into my process, and that's just making sure that a win doesn't redefine me. It does not change my work ethic. It does not change how I work to get where I've gotten. I'll continue to strive for more to sharpen all areas of my game, and hopefully to finish the year off strong.
Ally, congratulations again. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. I hope we can chat again in the future.
Hey, guys, thanks again.
That's Ally McDonald, LPGA Tour winner as of this past Sunday. This is Sports Talk Mississippi.